We'll just start. Make sure your water is open.
Water's open?
So that if you need a drink, you could take it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That saves you time. I'm taking a drink. Yeah, I'm doing good with only mostly 1 cup of coffee.
So we can do
I try to
No,
limit that.
no, I'm okay with here. So when we get to the point for, when let's look at the service, go over to the bathing the Buddha Gatha, which is the verse. It's not the praise, it's after the tribute. On page 10. This page 10, this verse will say continuously after everybody's taken their turn to bathe the Buddha. I won't be taking my turn to bathe. Well, actually, I can still chant and do that, but I'm not sure if I won't be able to do the instrumentation. So I think I'll just sit. This ceremony is for respecting the Buddha, and this talks about it a little bit. But in each one of these verses, this gatha, you just repeat it over and over and over again. That's what we'll do until everybody's had their chance to bathe the Buddha, after everybody's taking their turn. And then we'll go to Return the Merit verse on page 11. And there are 3 refuges that we would do. And then that landing service is the 3 vows, like we did in the beginning. So the 3 refuges is the last section. Now go to page 12. So I think that we can do this. I think this will work well.
So we start on page 2?
We're going to start on page 2 now. I just want to make sure you understand that we actually are bathing the Buddha. You pour the water 3 times, and then you bow first, pick up the ladle, pour the water, bathe the Buddha 3 times while you're reciting the verse. You can take your book with you. You can take it with you and set it on somewhere over there while you're doing that. Then after you're done bathing the Buddha and you finished, then you just do a half bow and then go back to your seat. And the next person goes. intelligent, wise, gifted, sage, sangha, enduring. I bow to blessed three jewels, I bow to noble seeking sound, to great enlightened, great to be, great to compassion. Yes, sound branch destroying bondage. I bow to mighty compassion, encourage, carrying safely cross to the sounds of joy. I bow to Harmonize, whose glorious way caused pain at peace. My having a beautiful body, blessings my delight. I bow to wealth, I bow to good fortune. Like me, giving is a way, cruelty and aging, strength, great wonder, my own, my death, hurdle, dispelling dark to be better and just. Federal elders, love and burns, eloquent, great eloquence, strong, quick, understanding, living passion, time and fame, mine like the leisure and comfort, origin, liberty, holding off death, well-versed treasure, keeping offerings and sacrificing and death, offerings, gifts and wealth, strength and power, riches and beauty, heavenly beings, be aware, awaken, enlightened to friendly, heroic, manifold, strength, pride, so is accomplished, so is grace, sage, so is perfected mind to live, so is hero, so is chanting beads, hero, so is stream army to praise, so is my greatest freedom, so is will free, so is speaking silent to free, so is hero gold resolute, so is water offerings ancestry, so is I bow to reality, three toes, I bow to the noble powerful seasons that mind, yes, spoken is self, doctrine and self, so is. Take six. Descends from a cloud to be born in a pure Brahma king's palace. Maya gave birth from her right side to a golden boy. Heavenly music memorializes in the best side. His eyes attended to the four ways to complete 7 steps. Points to heaven and points to earth. This mighty elder, 9 dragons kindly looking at him, spit water to bathe him in the 10,000 dhammas and virtues of the gospel. 9 dragons kindly looking at him, spit water to bathe him in the 10,000 dhammas and virtues of orthodox school. Begin my Dharma talk. Buddha was born in Lumbini, Nepal in 2060 2,663 years ago. This date was, again, the scholars verify this date as the older date, when he was born in 463, I believe. While his mother, Maya, stood holding onto a tree. Once born, he is said to have taken 7 steps forward, after which a lotus flower arose from each footstep. He then declared that this was his last rebirth, and he would become an enlightened individual. And he pointed up with one hand and down with the other to indicate he would unite heaven and earth. The 7 steps represent 7 directions: north, south, east, west, up, down, and here. The ritual of washing the baby Buddha commemorates this moment. This is the single most common ritual seen throughout Asia and in many different schools. A small standing figure of the baby Buddha with the right hand pointing up and the left hand pointing down is placed on an elevated stand within a basin on an altar. People approach the altar reverently, fill a ladle with water or tea, and pour it over the figure to wash the baby. The Buddha's birthday is also known as Bathing the Buddha Day. The late Venerable Master Shenhua explained, the Buddha is a greatly enlightened individual, someone who has truly understood. There is no need for us to wash his body, which is clean and pure. Yet why do we bathe the Buddha? To do so symbolizes the bathing of our mind in its return to purity. It is also a form of commemoration in memory of our teacher who passed away long ago. It is one way to be filial to the Buddha. Buddhists have this tradition of bathing the baby Buddha because on the day the Buddha was born, 9 dragons spouted water. This is how the ceremony came down through the ages. And in Chinese temples and in Asian temples, you'll see these large carved wooden dragons, and they'll have an incense stick, and they'll have a fresh flower at the base at them. Our temple had those. There was usually 2 of those to also symbolize this story with the dragons. And it's all the Theravada communities have this ritual as well. And it's maybe have a different form, but they do have the same washing the Buddha. And it's quite interesting when you start to look up the history behind some of these services that we have. And the word Vesak is a shared Sanskrit Pali word to commemorate the Buddha's birth and his enlightenment and his passing away. He was 83, said to be 83 when he died. Okay, we're going to go to the Bathing the Buddha praise. Let's check the time. 2:01. Clever mind points straight, green schools fully spreading, liberators are to sure they are always true to their precepts. Society joins with incense to its white lotus. Teachings are established in many ways. All their journeys when arrive pure in you. I vow to completely awake noble earth Buddha. Sorry, I ended that one badly. Okay, tribute to Sakyamun Buddha. Buddha treasure, praising someone zealously, mirrors, swords, becomes infinite eons, towering at 6 feet tall, purple and golden in appearance.
fine hair like glittering rays, which shines open in the sixth past darkness of ignorance. Dragons, lotus, three assemblies, sincerely come across. Advance, Dharma talks, true schools. Dragons, lotus, three assemblies, sincerely come across. Develop Dharma talks and true schools. In the heavens and earth, none is like the Buddha. 10 directions, world everywhere, none comparable. All in this world I have seen, everywhere there is none like the Buddha. I bow to this world, the three ancestors, four gentle father, equal hands, heaven's bounding master, three types of transformation bodies, root teacher, Shakyamuni.
Okay, we're going to do the bathing the Buddha verse. We'll recite it together while we're sitting down, and then Paulina will start and we'll keep taking turns, Paulina and Heidi, alternate turns. And so Paulina and Heidi shall do it. What's your name? Edward? Okay. Now for this water, bathing one of your various interned forms. Purity, wisdom, austerity, merit and virtue increases for me. All those living, removing their resistance with fire impurities. I like to favor this arise, purified Dhamma body. I now pour this water, bathing one of your various return forms. Purity, wisdom, austerity, merit and virtue increases for me. All those living, removing their resistance for fire impurities. I like to favor this arise, purify Dhamma body. I now pour this water, bathing one of your various return forms. Purity,